Welcome back. You're still watching Weekend Live on SABC2. Now it's time for a celebration of architecture and design. And this morning's focus is on M Square in Illovo, architect Nico Meulen's favorite building.
We used the grey walls here as a foil for the object and the furniture, whilst in other areas we used white walls as a background for art. Then we used different levels of ceilings and different colours to sort of denote areas, create rooms that could be furnished in a way that it gives people an idea of what the typical room setting would look like. Then we played against that with the different lights in different areas, tried to display the lights in a way that would also be used in rooms in a house. We started here with a wall that is timber-clad. It's actually doors that opens, and behind it is storage. But we wanted the raw wood against the raw steel, against the very refined furniture. So we brought the steel down this wall and onto the floors, just plain untreated steel that we just make sure that it doesn't get rusty. And then we took that up into a more formal area with white walls, white ceiling, and display spaces for the goods that needs to be displayed. But again, the floor there is just raw super wood to pick up the effect of the rawness, whereas some of the rest of the floors are just raw screed that we deliberately tried to create a feeling of age, so that there's a feeling of these very modern, very refined furniture exposed against these raw materials to get that contrast. We then used the ceilings behind us there to help create that space that we were trying to create. It's almost a C shape we created there in white against the dark, higher ceilings, creating that feeling that this is a more intimate space. In other sections, the ceilings are in grey. They're at different levels. There's mirrored ceilings, all sorts of ceilings in the space, each creating a different area by just using the ceilings, the levels, the colours, the textures. What we tried to do was to create, again, different light levels, put focus on certain areas with the lights, and other areas let it blend away a little bit. So again, you don't get that even lighting that you typically get where it's just strips of fluorescent lights uplighting the whole place. We used a screen here to create a bit of layering in the room. So when you walk in, everything is not immediately visible. You see through it, you get glimpses of spaces behind it, but you're not totally the whole shop in front of you, everything immediately visible. So it entices you to walk around behind it, look in the storage areas that was created around the column there, and just make the whole shop more interesting.